What's up, Putty-Razzi? It's your person, Sonic Phobia. And welcome back to Alice Madness Returns, I hope. Like... And yeah, I may have been toying with the idea of modding the game a little bit. Yeah, I was definitely toying with the idea of... Aha! Yeah, I was toying with, modding it. Alright, where is... Whoo! I don't know. What's going on with... Okay, I'm gonna shrink it down and then bring it back up. That might work. Might not. Who knows? Whew. Okay. Whoops. Now, come on. I want to play me some Alice, please. Pretty please. Whew. I should probably check the chat because I may have been foolish and forgot. Yep. Let's see. Yep. Hi. Now, here's hoping that the game would cooperate, you know? Come on. I want to play. Come on. Come on. All right. Let's see here. Bright light! Bright light! Whew! I got a face full of light. How are you doing? Everything okay? I mean, for me, whew. I've just been catching up on house chores and whatnot. This may be a short stream because my little sister might be home at any moment. And, things might get hairy if my mom caught me on stream, you know? Hanging in there. Yeah, same here. I mean, in my defense, I've got nowhere to go and nothing to do. But I am thinking about taking up art classes because, well, I'm stuck here alone 5 days a week. And after chores are done, like, I got nothing. Whew. And then my mom wonders why I play video games so much. Like, if I ever get back to replaying Doki Doki Literature Club, I might actually start reading on stream. I haven't slept in 36 hours, so whenever I try to sleep, I get flash. Question. Are you taking melatonin by any chance? Like, because I know that when I take that stuff, I end up A, knocked out, and B, always thinking back to the more unpleasant conversations that I've had, and that's not really bueno, you know? Alright. We're gonna continue. Wait. How are we doing with the... Size is ridiculous. I need to make it bigger. Don't I? Whew. Shrink to reveal hidden paths and... Yeah. No, but I've tried it once and it didn't really work. IIRC, it doesn't really work well for people with ADHD. Yeah, I've got autism, so I think that's a form of ADHD. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. All right. All right, I'm gonna try making it bigger.
Oh, Powerpuff movie.
In a little bit. Why don't you go set a timer, Budge? Little sisters, am I right? Now, would this game hurry up and load? Like, I'd love to get back to playing it, please. Yeah, it's just been pretty quiet up in my neck of the woods. Like, give me a sec. I should probably supervise my little sister in whatever the heck she's doing. God, I love Budgie. Excuse me. Is it big? Oh, yes. I think it looks much better. I think. Wait. Did it go back to... Confirm. You're right. Yes. Should probably turn anti-alias off. I don't know. Ow! Cat! Confirm. Back. Alright, that looks much better. Get... Cat bastard. The night has always been something to do with just getting older and the age gaps becoming small in comparison. Cat! Okay. Ow. Cat bastard. You got nails, buddy. Nails. Ow. I might not get far because I'm on deck and listening. But, you know, c'est la vie. Oh. Bollocks. Bollocks. Ow. Ow. Come here. Come on. Thank you. Oh. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me royal. Okay, get out of there. Alright, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Okay. Alright. Ow! Ow! Ouch! Ouch! Get away. Alright. Granada! Granada! Abort mission! Okay. Abort mission! Ow. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Kitty. Yep, that's a cat. Bird. triple check down below. Know what? I feel like an upgrade is in order. Yes. Alright. Yay! I upgraded my... Here, kitty kitty. Find him, or your own time may be short. Alright, you cat. Alright, let's see here. Whew! Look at me! I'm a parkour king! Queen. Monarch? Yeah, potato at this point, right? Alright. Where am I? Whew. Alright. Aha! Ah! I'm surrounded by tea! Reminder, Mama sent you 5 messages. Alright. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Hot tea! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Hot tea! God, I love the steampunk vibe here, you know? Like, look at this. Like, I would definitely wear that, but my mom would be like, no, Putty. Goth and steampunk are not cool. Well, I beg to differ. Like, I love her, but she's a little bit too much of a worrywart, you know? Like, Mama, I'm 25 years old and just beginning to figure out adulting. Wait. Bottle. Alright, that looks explorable, but it's not. Okay, so you're gonna want to follow the sparkling mitts. Collect bottles. Whee! Look at me! I'm buffet! Also got another reminder why I love this game and fandom so much. I made a post with an intersex OC, and the post got 40 notes in one day. Woohoo! Nice! I feel like those who like Billy Bust Up may also like Alice Madness Returns, because although it's not nearly as colorful, it also focuses on mental health and stuff, you know? And I mean, the games basically function similarly, but different at the same flip in time. Like, I don't think Billy Best Stuff has a sliding thing yet, or at all, but if it does, it'll be a pleasant surprise. I mean, think about it. It's story driven, got some pretty decent music. And what the hell? Alright. I don't know if I'm gonna get ouched or not. It's gonna be fun to figure that out. I love making things go boom. Like, I love making things go boom. Alright. Whew. Am I even... Oh. Whew. Alright. Come to Papa. Or Mama. Or whatever you prefer. Lost and found, huh? Where is it, though? Oh. I have a feeling if I go that way, I'm gonna get ambushed. And I probably am. But we gonna do it anyway, because why the flip not? You know? Recover memory. Almost there. This is mildly embarrassing. I love Billy Best Stuff too. Whew. You're right. Find your post. Yep. Matthew. Wait, am I pronouncing your OC right? I mean, is it Matthew? Or Matthew? Help! Mother of Scott Cawthon. this happens a lot. Midstream. So we may as well chill out and enjoy the ambiance, huh? I mean, it's probably gonna be short, but hey. Yeah, it's a pun. Lol. Awesome. Nice. And this is going to be a very little known fact, but my own OC for Billy Bust Up, Gavin the Ghost Loon, is actually a play on of words for the common loon's scientific name, Gavia Immer. Eimer? Either way, yeah, my OC is a science pun. And yes, he died in a Cheesecake Factory explosion. I'm gonna bust him out for a moment. Why not? Okay. Alright, Gavin. I do not have a voice claim for this little guy. I should probably sucker my brother into giving him a voice. I mean, I could theoretically do that, but I'm kind of pan and ace and gender fluid, and Gavin is just pan and ace. No genders that are fluid. Just to see him. Woohoo! Yep, I am playing with dolls on stream. I couldn't think of a name for a bit, but then my brain came up with Mop You, and I'm pretty sure I took real life psychic damage. Yep. As for Gavin, I ended up doing a little bit of research for a character that was supposed to be a bit of a joke OC. Like, the joke is, this is Barnaby's poison dealer. Like, I've always asked the question, where does Barnaby get his poison? I mean, one answer is he could just bend it to the will, and the name of this game is called Alice Madness Returns. I mean, it's literally in the title. It's literally called Alice Madness Returns, dude. And yes, it's as good as it looks, but it would be even better if my PC would cooperate. And chances of it actually cooperating are kind of slim, so this is me playing Russian roulette with my own laptop. Whew. Alright. One of these days, I'm gonna start reading classic literature over stream. In fact, I think I'm gonna do it today whenever a game gets like this. I think it would get really fucking boring if I were to just ramble about Gavin all the time. So, I'm probably gonna start reading classic literature. Yeah, right. Let's see here. What did I put my hand on? I want to read. I want to entertain and read. Get people into reading. Gulliver's Travels. Okay. And I'm gonna have to have a coming of Jesus moment with the last owner of this book for using a pencil as a bookmark. I want to yap. Sure. Then yap. No one's stopping you. But what are we yapping about? OCs, I guess. I mean, mine literally started as a gag character. Like, quite literally. Whew. I have never... Oh boy. Neither have I. So, let's start with chapter 1, and that's called... Wait, is this... Alright, so the author gives some account of himself and family, his first inducements to travel, he's shipwrecked and swims for his life, gets safe, and is carried up the country. Alright. Alright, so it says here, my father has a small estate in Nottinghamshire. I was the third of 5 sons. He sent me to Emmanuel College in Cambridge at 14 years old, where I resided 3 years and applied myself close to my studies. But the charge of maintaining me, although I have very scanty allowance, being too great for a narrow fortune, I was bound apprentice to Mr. James Bate, an eminent surgeon in London, who I continued 4 years, and my father now and then sending me small sums of money. I laid them out in learning navigation and other parts of mathematics, useful to those who... Useful? Who intend to travel, as I always believed it would be, sometime or other, my fortune to do. When I left Mr. Bates, I went down to my father, where, by the assistance of him and my uncle John, and some other relations, I got £40 and a promise of £30 a year to maintain me at Leyden. There I studied physic 2 years and 7 months, knowing it would be useful to me in long voyages. Soon after my return to Leyden, I was recommended by my good master, Mr. Bates, to be surgeon to the Swallow, Captain Abraham Pannell, commander, with whom I continued 3 years and a half, making a voyage or two into the Levant and some other places. When I came back, I resolved to settle in London, to which Mr. Bates, my master, encouraged me, and by him I was recommended to several patients. I took part of a small house in Old Jewry, and being advised to alter my condition, I married Miss Mary Burton, second daughter to Mr. Edmund Burton, hosier, in Newgate Street, with whom I received £400 for a portion. But my good Master Bates dying in 2 years after, and I having few friends, my business began to fail, for my conscience would not suffer me to imitate the bad practice of too many among my brethren. Having therefore consulted with my wife and some of my acquaintance, I determined to go again to sea. I was surgeon successively in 2 ships, and made several voyages for 6 years to the East and West Indies, by which I got some additions to my fortune. My hours of leisure I spent in reading the best authors, ancient and modern, being always provided with a good number of books, and when I was ashore, in observing the manners and dispositions of the people, as well as learning their language, wherein I had a great facility by the strength of my memory. I agree. Ironically, it's not Alice in Wonderland, but still. The last of these voyages not proving very fortunate, I grew weary of the sea, and intended to stay at home with my wife and family. I removed from the Old Jewry to Fetter Lane, and from thence to Wapping, hoping to get business among the sailors, but it would not turn to account. After 3 years' expectation that things would mend, I accepted an advantageous offer from Captain William Pritchard, master of the Antelope, who was making a voyage to the South Sea. We set sail from Bristol, May 4th, 1699, and our voyage at first was very prosperous. It would not be proper for some reasons to trouble the reader with the particulars of our adventures in those seas. Let it suffice to inform him that in our passage from thence to the East Indies, we were driven by a violent storm to the northwest of Van Diemen's Land. By an observation, we found ourselves in the latitude of 30 degrees 2 minutes south. 12 of our crew were dead by immoderate labor and ill food. The rest were in a very weak condition. On the 5th of November, which was the beginning of the summer in those parts, the weather being very hazy, the seamen spied a rock within a half a cable's length of the ship. But the wind was so strong that we were driven directly upon it and immediately split. 6 of the crew, of whom I was one, having let down the boat into the sea, made a shift to get clear of the ship and the rock. We rowed, by my computation, about 3 leagues, till we were about able to work no longer, being already spent with labor while we were in the ship. We therefore trusted ourselves to the mercy of the waves. In about half an hour, the boat was overset by a sudden flurry from the north. What became my companions in the boat, as well as of those who escaped on the rock, or were left in the vessel, I cannot tell, but conclude they were all lost. Phew! Gulliver's really unlucky, isn't it? For my own part, I swam as fortune directed me, and was pushed forward by wind and tide. I often let my legs drop, but could no longer feel the bottom. But when I was almost gone and able to struggle no longer, I found myself within my depth, and by this time the storm was much abated. The declivity was so small that I walked near a mile before I got to shore, which I conjectured was about 8 o'clock in the evening. I then advanced forward near half a mile, but could not discover any sign of houses or inhabitants. At least I was in so weak a condition that I did not observe them. I was extremely tired, and with that, in the heat of the weather, and about a half pint of brandy that I drank as I left the ship, I found myself much inclined to sleep. I lay down on the grass, which was very short and soft, where I slept sounder than ever I remember to have done in my life. And as I reckoned, about 9 hours, for when I awakened, it was just daylight. Well, that's a good question. Probably to set him up for something bigger. I mean, it basically reflects human history. Like, everyone's had their ups and downs and had their run-in of bad luck. In fact, little known fact, I've had this channel since I was 17 years old. So that would be about 7 years before I started climbing up as far as YouTube go. Yep. And all I can say is maybe reading is not only a good way to preserve classic literature, but also all I've seen from this, like I've seen the abridged version of Gulliver's Travels, but this is unabridged. Blah. Alright. All I've seen from this fucker was him being sad and hurt. Also, life is mostly down. We will see if Gulliver would reach an up. Who knows? I don't. This is literally my first time actually reading this. And to be frank, I'm actually surprised that I managed to read 2 pages before my voice said, sorry. Let's see. Or when I awakened, it was just daylight. Aha! I attempted to rise, but was not able to stir, for as I happened to lie on my back, I found my arms and legs were strongly fastened on each side to the ground, and my hair, which was long and thick, tied down in the same manner. I likewise felt several slender ligatures across my body, from my armpits to my thighs. I could only look upwards. The sun began to grow high, and the light offended my eyes. I heard a confused noise about me, but in the posture I lay, I could see nothing except the sky. In a little time, I felt something alive moving on my left leg, which was advancing gently forward over my breast. Came almost up to my chin, when bending my eyes downward as much as I could, I perceived it to be a human creature not 6 inches high, with bow and arrow in his hands and a quiver at his back. In the meantime, I felt at least 40 more of the same kind, as I conjectured, following the first. Yeah, this is basically the scene where Gulliver wakes up tied up. Also with Fanto, why can't these random kind little guys suffer? What the heck did they do? I plan on combining all the ups I'm supposed to get in order to go all the way to space and become an astronaut. Ouch. Whew. But anyways, yeah, we are at the part where Gulliver is tied up by the Lilliputians. Lilliputians? Bleh. Yeah, pretty surprising how I'm basically picking up reading classic literature here. Like, like I am probably gonna continue this next stream because my throat is saying, no way, Jose, you've had enough. I mean, I did pretty good. Like, I've read what, 2 pages and a small chunk of the third? Yeah, I need to exercise my vocal cords more often. Yeah, our ups are coming. I mean, we're currently seeing a bunch of downs, but the ups are coming. They're just taking too fucking long. But I think I'm gonna end the stream here, you know? I've been trying to read more. Good for you! I mean, when I was your age, Evie, I think I've read a lot. Like, I think I've read a lot of Twilight, I think. Yes! I'm cringe! But I've read a lot of vampire stories. My vocal cords are out of order a lot of the time. Good thing I can use AAC. Aye. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, you know, because, my laptop is not really cooperating. Like, I've given it, like, what, page and a half to basically move on, and it's not really doing anything. But at least I got the screen situation sort of situated. But yeah. I am having a lot of issues with my laptop, and part of those issues mean I'm gonna have to turn my laptop off and turn it back on. So all I can say is subscribe for more, etc. Hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Come on.